Hey Embers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 53 of my Harvest Moon Back to Nature slow playthrough. So we are starting on day 10 of Summer Year 2, and as always we'll be doing the 10th, the 11th and the 12th in this episode. So we do have a festival this episode, which is the Tomato Festival, and this is a very food-based episode really. It's a little bit longer, as you can tell, because we did a big clear out of the fridge, which you'll see in a moment. We did a bit of cooking and of course the Tomato Festival, so very food-based this episode. Anyway, we're checking the weather for tomorrow and it is nice and sunny, lovely stuff. Farmer Fran's still trying to get in, I see. And like I say, this episode is a little bit longer because it's very, very busy. So we start off with our first speed up, which is sorting out our onions. Our onions have grown in. You will note that I have a red flower in my inventory because I incorrectly thought it was someone's birthday today. It's actually their birthday tomorrow in game. And so I carried around this red flower all day, which made things a little bit difficult. And I really didn't need to, so I don't half make things hard on myself. Anyway, we've just shipped all of those onions. So now on to looking after the cows and sheep. And we're getting to that stage where the barn is filling up nicely. So much like the chicken coop where we speed that up, we may indeed end up speeding this up at one point as well. As more animals come in, obviously it takes a little bit longer. So this part may end up being sped up as well in the future, but we're going to leave it for now. Because we have 5 animals now in the barn. 5 out of 20, still a long way to go. But as you can see, our sheep have grown wool as well, which is lovely. 2 of the 3 anyway. And we do have the yarn maker, of course. I cannot remember if this is the first time that we're going to be getting yarn. Maybe not, but I think this might be the first time we get yarn. Yes, it is. So let's have a look. So we have a medium yarn ball. This obviously costs more than the wool, so we'll be getting quite a bit of profit now. And look at the size of that one. We've got a large one as well. Of course, we're going to make that into cheese as well. And like I say, this episode is a little bit longer. It's filled with quite a few speed ups, as you'll see as we go on. But also a festival. I feel like we had a festival last week as well, so pretty cool. And again, that red flower making things very difficult for us as we go on, because spoiler alert, I do end up, like I say, carrying it around with me all day for entirely no reason. But never mind. So for now, we are going to ship the cheese and we're also going to ship both yarns. I don't think you need to keep yarn for anything. I don't know if it's anybody's preferred present in this game. So we are going to be shipping all of the yarn. And again, big fridge clear out, like I say. But for now, we're going into the toolbox because we do, of course, need more onion seeds. We have 3 on us at the moment. So we are going to have to nip to the shop and grab some more onion seeds. But here is another quick speed up while we plant the seeds. So that's all done. Have we got anything else? Yes, we also have tomatoes in. Lovely stuff. So very, very busy episode. We're going to nip into the hothouse and there'll be another speed up here while we water the plants in the hothouse. But as you can see, not only have we had onions and tomatoes, but our orange cup flowers have grown as well. And our strawberries have also grown, so we need to get something for the hothouse. And that's why having this flower on us for no reason is very inconvenient. But this is our first set of strawberries ever and our first set of orange cup seeds ever as well. So back to the house we go. There's a lot of back and forth into the house, and this is where I realise, because I'm trying to put the strawberries and the orange cup seeds into or the orange cup flowers, whatever they're called, into the fridge. This is where I realise there is simply no room. So this bit is sped up. At this stage we decide to just take some mayonnaise out so we can put the orange cup and the strawberries in. But again, there is a big clear out coming up. So for now, we've managed to fit everything in that we need to. So we are going to be shipping the mayonnaise. I forgot the name of it for a second. And as I say, when we do the big fridge clear out, we should get quite a lot of money. So the aim of the big fridge clear out is, of course, out of all of the ingredients I've got in there, we don't need all of them for recipes. So the ones we don't need for recipes will just be getting shipped. So another big speed up here, getting rid of the tomatoes, and of course looking after the chickens, as always. Now there are people being a little bit loud outside. How inconsiderate of them, don't they know I'm filming? Just joking, but there is a bit of noise outside, so I do apologise if you can hear that. So of course we've grabbed our egg for the harvest goddess, so let's go ahead and grab the wild crops as well. And we do have some more tomatoes to ship, of course. So I hope everybody's doing well. This is, of course, our last episode of February. No, this will be coming out in March, right? What day is Saturday? Is it the 1st? This might be coming out the 1st of March. So it's either the very end of February or the very beginning of March. I don't know me dates. I hope you're doing well. It's been a weird February. I don't know about anybody else. It's been a very odd month. I obviously made a mistake when I was planting the tomatoes, so we do have to chop a little bit down because I can't reach the middle tomato, obviously. But yes, February's felt quite a strange month. I don't know about anybody else, so I hope you're all doing well. So again, we got the full 9 that time with the tomatoes, but that won't be every time. So with that, we're going to head back into the house so we can pop the tomatoes away. And again, there's no room in the fridge for the tomatoes, so that is why the big clear out is necessary. So another speed up here while I figure all of this out. For now, we've managed to fit them in, but that will not be the last time you see the fridge in this episode. Apologies if you can hear any cars in the background as well. So with that, let's head out. So we definitely need some onion seeds. And I'm not sure what else we're going to be getting today. And once again, I have this red flower on me because I thought it was a birthday, but it's not. It is a birthday tomorrow, though. Just running into the fence there, as you do. It's actually really, really loud outside, so I really hope you can't hear that in the background. So I'm trying to figure out what seeds I actually want, because we do have a space to fill in the hothouse. I wanted to plant at least, or ship at least 200 of every seed. But I have a bit of a struggle trying to figure out what I want to actually plant. And in the end, I think we end up going for just another packet of orange cup seeds for now. But as I've said before in previous episodes, it's my goal to ship at least 200 of every crop. And by crop, that also includes, I think on that list, fish, milk, cheese and yarn as well, I think. And of course the eggs and mayonnaise. So I do need to keep an eye on that. Just a personal goal really, it's not necessary, but I like to put these personal goals in, as you know. So we're going to grab 5 bags of onion seeds. We have 11,525 Gs at the moment. Hopefully we should get quite a bit of money doing the fridge clear out. We're just checking the spring crops as well. But ultimately, I think we just end up going for another bag of orange cup seeds. I think I was debating cucumber here. But in the end, I didn't go for it. Now, I don't know how much money the orange cup seeds make, so I don't know if I made a mistake there. Again, we're just double checking everything. This is something I may go more in depth with in a future episode. But this one is definitely long enough. So yes, this is us heading to the end to get the orange cup seeds. And we're not quite halfway through summer yet, but it seems like the summer episodes are going really quickly compared to the spring episodes. So we'll be in fall or autumn before you know it. So yes, again, this is me just having a little bit of a think. So apologies that it takes a little while, but yeah, we are going to go for the orange cup. Speaking of one, my dog ball is still missing. I thought one came over and sold you a new dog ball if you lost yours. I'm hoping we haven't just lost ours forever. That would be gutting. Because we definitely need the dog ball to help us with the dog race. That's in winter. So, fingers crossed, the dog ball turns up or one offers us another one, because if not, we're a little bit screwed. So with that, I believe we'll be heading back to the farm. I think there's still tomatoes to ship, I think. To gather and ship. I'm not sure. I said gather, harvest. The game's called Harvest Moon and I couldn't think of the word harvest. Well, never mind. Told you it was a strange month. So with that, we're heading back into the house. Pop these onion seeds away, we don't need them for now. And we'll take the orange cup seeds out. So there's going to be a tiny bit of a speed up here while we plant the orange cup seeds. And we did lose out on one before because I didn't know if they were renewable or not. They are not renewable, so we can plant the full 9. Now a bit of a speed up here while I help the harvest sprays water. And this is the last day that we have the harvest sprays actually, so we definitely need their help again. But with that, let's head into the house. It's 5:30. And a speed up here because we are at the cooking. So we're going to do a little bit of cooking here. This is the first time we've been able to cook anything with strawberries. And as I say, this episode is filled with cooking and moving food around, shipping crops, so hopefully you're all right with it being sped up. It would just take far too long if I didn't. So I believe there we made strawberry jam and strawberry milk. But again, running into the same issues, there's nowhere to put them. So I decide again to take some mayonnaise out because I don't think we need mayonnaise for any recipes. So with that, we're going to pick up the dog. And what's on the telly today? Mechabot Ultra. Okay. Again, not been keeping up with this. What episode are we on now? We're on episode 21, A Weakness. Again, I say this every episode, but good luck to you if you've been following along with this, because I certainly haven't. I have no idea if we're on I can't speak. I have no idea if we're on reruns or not yet for Mechabot Ultra. I know Farmer Fran certainly was, so that's why we stopped watching that. But with that, that is pretty much the end of day 10. It's 5:30, so we are having a bit of an early night. So let's head straight off to bed and move on to arguably our busiest today, which is day 11. And this is the day that the big clear out happens. So day 11, it's a Saturday. It is a birthday today, as I've said. And I do decide to pop the flower back in the cabinet for now, rather than carry it around with me all day again. Makes things mighty inconvenient. Nice and sunny tomorrow. I didn't need to check the weather because it is a festival day, so it will always be sunny. Now this is a big speed up here. So this is where I decide to sort out the fridge properly. So anything I'm taking out of the fridge means it's not needed for any future recipes. So I have got a list of everything that I need to finish the recipes off. So if I'm taking something out of the fridge to ship, it means that there are no further recipes that need that ingredient. So there's a few back and forth trips from the house. Obviously just checking the list as well, so things do take a little while. to figure out. And back we go. And again, apologies if this makes you dizzy. Lots of speed ups here. Back we go. And this time I decided to be smart and take the basket with me rather than doing separate trips. Obviously for a lot of the actual food that we've made, that will have to stay because you can't ship it. But there are some of the food items that we've made that we need for other recipes, so that's what I'm looking for. So noodles, for example, are needed for another recipe. And the ketchup we need for another recipe as well. So that's what I'm doing here. Like I say, unfortunately, there's not much we can do with the food that we've already prepared because unfortunately you can't ship it. You can give it as gifts, but you can't ship it. So that is definitely a smarter way to do things, put everything in the basket. But this should give us quite a big payday, to be fair. Sorting all of this out. And this is why the episode is a little bit longer. This took me probably about half an hour in real time. Obviously, I've sped it up quite a lot for you. Now, the curry powder we have to keep, even though we don't need it, because you can't actually ship the curry powder, unfortunately. And you can't ship the bread either, so we don't need the bread, but you can't ship that either. So we are going to keep the basket is full, so we need to take it out, and we are going to keep the fish on us for now because we are going to pop the fish back into the pond. So don't ask me how they survive. I ain't got a clue. Got a truffle there, so that should be a nice bit of profit. They've been sat in our fridge for God knows how long, and we're going to pop them in the pond, as you do. Say hello to Binky as well. Miracle fish these, telling you. But again, we have no further recipes that require fish, so we're going to give them a happy life in the pond. They should already be dead, but let's not question it. So back into the house once more. We haven't brought the basket with us this time. I don't think there's too much left to do. And again, if there's any ingredients that we bought from the shop that we don't need, unfortunately, we're going to have to keep them because there is nowhere else for them to go. But with that, I think we have done the big fridge clear out. Lovely stuff. There are still a few things we need to buy from the supermarket. There are still a few crops that we haven't unlocked yet, such as pumpkins and I think leeks. I think it's just pumpkins and leeks that we're missing. But with that, we've done the hothouse as well, so let's do a speed up while we sort out the chickens. We do need a fair few eggs, so I actually end up keeping quite a few eggs, not turning them into mayonnaise, but the profits that we lose from not making the mayonnaise we will definitely gain by shipping a lot of the crops that we've shipped. Now unfortunately I don't think I do a proper count, so I'm not sure we'll be able to tell how much money I made from that, but it was just something that was necessary, that needed doing. Let's go ahead and gather the wild crops. And again, not forgetting it's a birthday today, but we do also need to nip to the shop. Don't forget, we also don't have the harvest sprites, so we definitely need to sort that out. It's useful to have a bit of help on the farm. Let's go ahead and give an egg to the harvest goddess, as always. And again, thank you for sticking with me. This is a little bit of a longer episode, and it's quite busy and quite full of speed ups, so hopefully you don't mind the speed ups. I know a few people have expressed that they don't mind, and I'm very grateful for that, so thank you. Obviously, we do have to do all of the watering ourselves today because we don't have any help. Busy, busy days. So with that, we're back in the fridge. Just going to pop the eggs away. We do still end up doing a little bit more cooking, I think. But for now, into the barn we go. And once again, this part is at normal speed at the moment, but possibly by the next episode, this will be on ×2 speed as well. So hopefully you are okay with that. Just gets us through the episodes a little bit quicker, because we have a long way to go. So I hope you're strapped in. And again, getting the cows and sheep will definitely be a focus moving forward. I ask every episode, but if you have any suggested names for the cows or the sheep, then please feel free to leave them in the comments box below. Dawn asked why I called this one Jenny. I ain't got a clue. There's got to be an association there somewhere, but I ain't got a clue. So come on, love, move out the way. We've got to get this cheese. There we go. And I assume we are keeping the cheese today, because we do need it for some recipes. Yep, looks like we are going to keep the cheese. So with that, what we're going to do next, we do have a whole farm worth to water. Farm's worth. So fun stuff. Back in the fridge. I bet you're bored of this blooming fridge by now. Just stick the cheese in. And as you can see, we ended up shipping a lot because we are getting down to the wire with recipes. So there's not actually that much we need now. And with that, we do obviously have to get the flour from the cabinet. But I thought it might also be a good time for a cabinet clear out, really, because there's a lot of ore that we don't need here as well. So I'm just checking the cabinet to see if it's worth a cabinet clear out, but we are going to leave it for now. But might as well, eh? We're having a clear out, might as well. So I don't think we need the copper, silver or gold ore for anything at all anymore. So with that, we're going to head up to the shop. We are a little bit early. We're just going to pop into this house because it is Basil's birthday today, but unfortunately he is not here. So Mary's father. So we are going to have to hunt for Basil a little bit later, but it is his birthday today. So let's head into the supermarket, and there's going to be a little bit of a speed up here as well while I grab some flour and some bits and bobs. So we'll see what I end up buying here. So we've got 6 flour there, so that's not for the Harvest Sprites, so we might be coming back to the shop. And then we are also grabbing a rice ball as well. And then we're heading out. So I have a feeling we are coming back to the shop today. Might be multiple trips. And this is me just trying to stock the fridge with what we actually need as well. So let's pop back in to... No, we're not popping back in yet. We are heading straight back to the farm. And again, it's probably going to be a speed up. I tell you, you are bored of this fridge by now. It's not over yet. I said this was a big foodie episode. But once it's done, and we won't have to do it again. So this is again where I'm figuring out what ore we need. And ultimately, we are going to do a bit of an ore clear out as well. A bit of a cabinet clear out. So we're going to grab all the gold, all the silver, and all of the copper. We already got rid of one of the ores that we didn't need, I think. We are going to keep the Mistral. We're going to keep the one that can be used for making jewellery, because we haven't done that yet. And I did want to show everything in this game, so we probably will make some jewellery at one point. So we are going to keep that for now. But I figure if we make some jewellery for potpourri, that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Giving jewellery to the wife, lovely. Although I'm not really a massive jewellery person, personally. Something tells me potpourri might be, though. So with that, let's head back in and see if Basil is available yet. And he is, there he is. So we're going to give him this medicinal flower. It's quite a rare flower, this one. So happy birthday, Basil. And he's going to tell us how to make a fruit latte. I don't know why they call it latte, because latte is milk, isn't it? But to me, do you know, if I think a latte, I just think coffee. So a fruit latte just seems a bit weird, but it is technically correct. I'd just call it fruity milk. Anyway, back into the supermarket. And again, there's going to be a speed up here because we are going to grab all of the flour for the Harvey Sprites. So that's 7 flour. Hopefully we recoup all these costs with what we've shipped today. We are also going to grab an oil as well. No, we're going to grab 2 oils because we do need them. And now we're walking around with oil on our head. So with that, to the Harvey Sprites we go. And of course, there will be another speed up here because this takes a long time, as you know. So big speed up while we go around giving them the flour, and then we're going to ask them all to help us water for the next week. There's still a lot of noise outside. I want to know what's going on. I'm not nosy really, but if people are screaming outside, you've got to know the tea, haven't you? So with that, let's head back out. And presumably back to the farm, but we are passing the supermarket, so I wonder if we're going to grab anything else for the fridge. Don't know if we need anything else. Evidently we do need something else because we're going back in. Goodness me. But again, once it's done, it's done. So we do need some more oil, evidently. I've sped this up again as well. So with that, we've got 5 oils. So we've been slacking on buying oil. We currently have 18,095 Gs. Let's head out. And there was a bit of a glitch here. I couldn't get out the door, but eventually it let me out. We could have been trapped in the supermarket forever. There's worse places to be trapped, I suppose. I think I'd eat all the crisps, to be fair. I couldn't be trusted in a supermarket on my own. All the crisps gone. So again, we've got a lot of watering to do, so there's going to be a big speed up here while we water the farm. And a mistake was indeed made. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. I didn't actually check the farm this morning because I was so busy doing other things. And as you can see, the time is steadily ticking on. We do actually have tomatoes to ship. And I didn't notice, so we're going to get a few in. I've just thrown one and wasted one at the door as well. But we have all this oil on us. And unfortunately, we have missed Zach. So we're not going to get the money for these tomatoes until the 13th. So next week's episode. That was just me being a bit silly because I didn't check if we had any crops that needed shipping. So that's a bit unfortunate. But we'll get the money for them on the 13th. And again, we have ended up with 1 extra from each plot. Only for the once. This is when I remember I can use the horse as a shipping bin. Bit of a weird mechanic, but we're using it. And again, this was my mistake. We don't need any more tomatoes, but with that, we are done. We have watered everything, we have gathered everything. I'm guessing, because we've got all this oil on us, we're going back to the fridge. And again, I have said before, I would not be putting oil in a fridge, thank you very much. And I wouldn't be putting flour in a fridge, I wouldn't be putting eggs in a fridge, but that's what we have to do. Absolutely not. Flour in the fridge, I do not think. Anyway, with that, there's going to be a big speed up because we're going to do a little bit of cooking. As I say, very food related episode, this one. So I hope you don't mind that this is sped up. The cooking takes a long time in this game, really, if you're trying to get it all done anyway. As you can see, there's a lot of time spent just looking at my notebook as well, because I have written everything down. But I do think we end up getting quite a bit done. But there's a lot of back and forth on if I've got ingredients or if I haven't. So that's why it takes such a long time. But you're at least getting to see a bit of an overview of what's actually in the fridge. Or the ice box, as they call it. So when he opens it, it says what could be in the refrigerator. But then for the cooking, it says ice box. So who knows? I don't think I've ever called it an ice box in my life. It makes more sense for the freezer to be called an icebox, really, but this is technically a fridge freezer, so I'll allow it, but you know what I mean. But I don't think I've ever heard the term icebox, really. I have for, like, a little thing, like a literal icebox, but not for the fridge. Anyway, as you can see, we are cooking a lot, so we don't actually have that many recipes left to cook, and we are going to just pop everything in the fridge soon, but not yet because we're still cooking. So that's why this episode is a little bit longer. This is what's taking the time. So this is me just showing you what we've cooked. Quite a few bits. Feel free to read this if you'd like to. Don't worry if not. I haven't eaten half of this in real life. And again, another bit of a speed up while we shove it all in the fridge. Move things along, etc, etc. Feel like the king and I, etc, etc. Just moving things along. Anyway, with that, we are done with the fridge for the day, and that is the end of day 11. So what's on the telly? We've got What's Your Passion? And this is always unhinged. I've had to move rooms because the shouting outside was very loud, so hopefully you can't hear much of a difference. So this is going on from last week's episode, I think. It was about a peace treaty between two villages. So there's more of an interview or something. No idea. So the Komora youth are singing still. It is considered rude to not sing in return to the other town. So they've been singing since, yes, that's right. And they've only finished 3 songs. So they just have to keep singing. Right, okay. So that's why there's never been a peace treaty between the two, because they have to just keep singing. Right. Okay, let's just not question it, shall we? With that, we'll be moving swiftly on to day 12 soon. Yes, I haven't got a clue. And we're just going to check the news. Tomorrow, the Tomato Festival will be held in the square from the morning. Come throw tomatoes to celebrate an abundant harvest. Now, much like the opening day festival, I've never won the Tomato Festival, so hopefully I am on a lucky streak and I can win the Tomato Festival for the first time as well. As you saw if you've been watching, last year in game I didn't win the Tomato Festival, so let's see what happens this year. But hopefully my lucky streak can indeed continue, because in all of my years of playing this game, I've never won the Tomato Festival either. So let's give So let's give Potpourri her customary flower. Goodness me, I can't speak. Let's check the weather for tomorrow. Nice and sunny, lovely stuff. Luckily, we haven't had a hurricane yet. I shouldn't say that really, but hopefully we don't get one. So as I said earlier, very food themed, because we have the Tomato Festival now. Goodness, I cannot speak. So with that, let's head out. And luckily the harvest sprites are here today. So I think we're going to pop straight into the hothouse, so there'll be a speed up here. And again, hopefully you don't mind that the episode is a little bit longer. Just how it's had to be this time. So that's the hothouse done. So I'm assuming we're going to head straight into the chicken coop. Yes, indeed. And of course, there will be another speed up here. This episode has definitely had more speed ups than the average. So once again, I do apologise if you do not like the speed ups. But as you can imagine, these episodes would be over an hour long if I didn't include the speed ups. Now, of course, we don't need to give an egg to the harvest goddess today, so everything's going to be made into mayonnaise. Let's go out and gather the wild crops. Again, we will not be seeing the harvest goddess today. And as per usual, I am not going to speak during the festival part, so you can enjoy it fully. So when we get there, I will stop speaking and get back to you when the festival is over. But we're not quite there yet. We've still got to go to the barn, we've got to see the horse, and maybe help the harvest sprites with some of the watering. Let's see what we end up doing. So there's the horse. Let's say hello, Binky. There we go. I'm just going to get rid of some of these weeds, and I almost give the weed to a harvest sprite by accident again. That is not a good thing to do. You've seen that in a previous episode. So into the barn we go. And at risk of repeating myself, because I know I've already mentioned this episode, but as of next week's episode, this part will probably be speeded up as well. Sped up. Speeded up. Sped up. And we just wasted a food there. Lovely stuff, but we've got plenty of grass, so it's fine. And we're just brushing thin air. Of course we are. I am hopeful that perhaps the more we speed up, the more days we can get through per episode, because I know that this series has already been incredibly long and it's going to be incredibly long. So perhaps if we speed this section up as well, we may be able to squeeze one more episode in. No, one more day in per episode, but we'll have to wait and see for that. Either way, we're all here for the long haul, so thank you very much, as always, if you are still watching. And we are taking the milk this time, we're not shipping it. So, this might be a speed up while we help the harvest sprites with some watering. Yep, it looks like it is. But we're definitely not going to get all of this done. No, so we only managed to do 5 plots there. Then we 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So the other 2, I'm sure they'll be able to figure out themselves. But with that, we are going to head to the Tomato Festival. Of course, we're going to be on our wife's team. And like I say, I have never won this before, so fingers crossed I win it this time. But with that, I am going to stop talking, let you enjoy the festival, and I will get back to you when the festival is over. And would you believe it, my luck held because for the first time ever I won the Tomato Festival. I can't believe it. I honestly cannot believe it. So in terms of festivals, what do we still need to win? The horse race, the dog race, the cow festival, the sheep festival. There's still quite a few. This is me just going to check the grass, so there's a bit of a speed up here. But I actually won the Tomato Festival, I can't believe it. When I was a kid playing this game, I didn't understand how the mechanics worked at all. But with that, everything's watered. We've done the Tomato Festival. Oh no, we're going back in the fridge. Oh yes, we do have to put that milk away. Not more fridge. And we're picking up the dog, so I'm assuming this is near the end of the episode. So what do we have today? We have the shogi hour. But yeah, I'm so excited that I actually won the Tomato Festival. You don't get anything for it. It's not like you get a power berry or anything like you do with some of the other festivals, but I'm still pretty happy to have won it. Oh, we also need to win the Cooking Festival because we didn't win it this time round. I have won the Cooking Festival before though. So yes, still a lot of festivals to do, but that is the end of this episode. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, sorry it's a little bit longer. And until next week, bye Embers.